Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are going to be making a purse. I'm going to be making this heart with a paw print in it. I love my dog purse, I'm going to call this. Um, I have a girlfriend who loves paw prints, and she also loves purples. So the background of this purse is going to be this dark purple, which is called purple, from I Love This Yarn. Yeah, it just is called purple, but it is really dark. And then the heart is going to be made with this purple, which is also I Love This Yarn, and this is called grape. This purple is. And then the paw print is going to be made by this lavender, which this lavender is Big Twist, and it's called Lilac. So we got three purples because she loves purple. So we're going to make this purse all these three purples. I'm excited. Okay, so but today we are going to be making just the heart with the paw print, and then I'm making this purse a little bit differently than I have in the past. So we'll have another video on how to make the rest of the purse. So how I started this out, this is a 39 stitch by 39 row pattern. So what I did is I chained 39 and I did my 39 base stitches, and then I did 4 rows of purls. Now if you don't know how to do that, I suggest that you go to my washcloth, my Tunisian Perl stitch washcloth, and that will help you get through that if you're new to Tunisian. Okay, so but in the meantime, those of you who know what you're doing, just do the base row and 4 purl stitches. You should have 5 rows. So when you count up the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you should have 5 rows. And then come back and we will start the pattern. All right, so row number 6, we are going to start out with 19 purls. So there is 1, 2. Now we need 19 loops on our hook, so we're doing 18 purls because you already have the first loop on your hook. You should anyway. You should have 1 loop on your hook at the end of each row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then I'm going to pull in my grape yarn. And then we're going to knit the next stitch. And we only need 1 stitch of this grape. I think this grape is going to stand out nicely against this dark purple. All right, and then the rest, we have 19 on the other side. So we're going to purl the next 9. 18. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then the last one is the end stitch. You're going to go through those two stitches at the end there and pull up, and then that is 19. So this is what it should look like on the hook. So we have 19 of the purple, 1 of our grape, and then 19 of that purple on the other side. So this is how we're going to work these off when we're changing colors. You're going to go through 1, and then we're going to go through 2, all the way until you get to that grape. So just keep going through 2. And then you're going to pull up the grape. When you've got a dark purple here and a grape here, you're just going to go through that with the grape color. Then we're going to go back to our purple, and we're just going to keep going through 2. Whenever you just pull on that lightly to bring those 2 together. Alright, so we're going to keep going through 2. Until you got 1 loop on your hook. And like I said, at the end of that's the end of the row. Okay, at the end of every row, you will have 1 loop on your hook, which always counts as a stitch. All right, so let's do row 7. So this time we need 18, so we're going to purl the next 17. And this stitch here counts as the 18th, that first stitch. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. All right, so now we need 3 grape. So we're going to knit those. So the heart and the paw print will be knitted. The outside of that will always be purled. So we're just going to go in and knit. And then if you're not sure how to knit, then go to my washcloth, Tunisian knit stitch washcloth. And I'm just going to pull up another purple to go on this other side of this heart, because this heart's going to keep getting bigger, and pull in, that way I have two strands on each side of that heart. And then of course you're going to do the same thing on this side. We need 18 when I pull in a stitch, when I pull in a new color, I knit that one stitch. Then I'm going to purl the rest of these. And by the end of this, you should have 18 stitches on the other side of that heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anytime you're doing pictures, though, you are doing a lot of counting. And it's very imperative that you do have the right number of stitches on your hook in order to do this, to make this come out right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, this one's 17, and then of course the 18th stitch is our end stitch, and that's what I call this stitch right here, an end stitch, when you go through those two. So there's what it looks like. So we're going to work those off just like we did the last row, and then we'll be back for row 8 next. Okay, so row 8, then we are going to start out with 17 of these dark purples. So we need to purl the next 16. But we have 2 on our hook now. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Then we need to go to our grape color, and we're going to put 5, we're going to knit 5, the next 5 stitches with the grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then you're going to have 17 of these dark purples on the other side. So we're going to purl the next 17 or 16. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and then number 17 is our end stitch. So this is what it looks like on the hook. So just work those off, and we'll be back for row 9 next. Okay, so row 9, we're going to start out with 16. So we're going to purl the next 15. So this makes us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And now we need to knit the next 7 in this grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we need 16 on this side. So we're going to purl the next 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, and then our 16th one is the end stitch right there. All right, so this is what row 9 looks like. Just work those off and we'll be back for row 10 next. Okay, so row 10, this time we're starting out with 15 of these dark purples. So let's purl the next 14. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then we need 9 of these grape. So we're going to knit the next 9 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I keep losing that stitch. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, and then we need 15 on this side. So we're going to purl the next 14. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the 15th one is the end stitch. Alright, so this is what row 10 looks like. Just work those off and we'll be back for row 11 next. Alright, so row 11, we are going to start out with 14 of these dark purples on our hook. So we need to purl the next 13. This one's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Alright, and then we're going to take this grape and we're going to knit the next 11 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, and then we should have 14 of the dark purples on the other side of this heart. So let's purl the next 13. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then the 14th one is the end stitch here. Alright, so this is what row 11 looks like on the hook. Just work those off and we'll be back for row 12 next. Okay, so row 12 then, we're going to start out with 13 of these dark purples, so we need to purl the next 12 to make our 13. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we're going to knit the next 13 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And then we need to purl the next 12, and our end stitch will be our 13th stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, so this is what row 12 looks like. Just work those off. We'll be back for row 13 next. Okay, so row 13, we're going to start out with 12 of these dark purples. So we're going to purl the next 11. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, with the grape, we're going to knit the next 15. So, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we need 12 on this side of the heart. So we're going to knit the next 11 again. Not knit, but purl the next 11. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the 12th one is our end stitch right here. Okay, so this is what row 13 looks like. Work those off and we'll be back for row 14 next. Okay, so row 14, we're going to start out with 11 of the dark purple. So let's purl the next 10. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, and then we need 3 of these grape. So we're going to knit the next 3. There's 1, 2, 3. And we're starting in with the paw print, so we're going to bring in the lavender, or this lilac, as soon as I can get a hold of it. All right. And we need 4 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are knitting these. I'm going to bring over the grape for these 3. So I'm going to knit 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to bring in another lilac. Or should it? Wait a minute. No, let's not do that. Let's bring the lilac over these 3 and then knit the next 4. But we will need another purple at the end here. Another of the grape, and these last 3 I'm going to knit. I'm just bringing in another grape for on this side of the paw print because we're going to need it. Alright, then we are going to knit the next, not knit, purl the next 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the 11th one is the end stitch. So you should have 11 stitches on that side of the heart. 11 loops on your hook. Alright, so work those off and we'll be back for row 15 next. Okay, so row 15, we are going to start out with 10 dark purple. So let's purl the next 9. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we need 3 of these purples or grape, and then our lavender we need 13. So we're going to, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we need 3 of our grape on this side. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to end up with 10 so of these dark purples. So let's purl the next 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the last one, the end stitch will be 10. Alright, so this is what it looks like, and what I love about this pattern is it's got a mirror effect. Whatever happens on this side is the same on this side, and when you're counting, that is it is all, it's so much easier. So if I forget what I need on this side, all I gotta do is count on this side. Now within the heart there's also a mirror effect. So whatever happens on this side of the paw print happens on this side, and the paw print is in the middle. And so, you know, I think that is so cool. I just love it. So let's work these off and we'll be back for row 16 next. So row 16, we're going to start out with 9, so let's purl the next 8. So there's 1, 2, well there's 3 altogether there though, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And remember, on the other side of this heart, there should be 9 of these. So, because the one side mirrors the other side. That's why it's called a mirror effect. Now we need 4 of these grape, starting with this heart. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the lavender is 13, same as the last row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we had 4 grape on the other side of this paw print, so we should have 4 grape on this side. So let's knit the next 4, and there's 3 and 4. And now we need to purl the next 8, because we need 9 of this dark purple on this side, just like on the other side. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so there is what row 16 looks like. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 17 next. Okay, so row 17, we are starting out with 8, so we need to purl the next 7. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we need 5 grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13 lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then 5 grape on this side. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to purl the next 7, but we should have 8 dark purple on this side. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 8th one is the end stitch. So we started out with 8, we end up with 8. Alright, so this is what row 17 looks like. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 18 next. Okay, so row 18, we're going to start out with 7. of the dark purple. So let's purl the next 6. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need 7 of the grape, and we're going to knit those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 11 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then 7 grape on this side. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 7 stitches, but we're going to purl the next 6 in this dark purple. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th one is our end stitch. All right, so this is what row 18 looks like. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 19 next. Okay, so row 19 then, we're going to start out with 6. So we need to purl the next 5. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we need 9 grape. So let's knit those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we need 9 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 9 grape again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we need 6. So we're going to purl the next 5 in this dark purple. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the end stitch is number 6. This is what row 19 looks like. So work those off, and we'll be back for row 20 next. Okay, so row 20, we need to start out with 5, so we're going to purl the next 4 in this dark purple. So there's 3, 4, 5. Then we need 7 of the grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to pull in another lavender. And the next 2 are lavender. And then I'm going to pull over this grape. The next 2 are grape. All right, and then we need 7 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we need 2 grape. 1, 2. And then I need another lavender to pull in here. And we need 2 lavender. So there's 1, 2. And I'm going to pull over this grape. And so we need 7 grape next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we should have 5 of the dark. We're going to pearl the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one is our end stitch. Okay, so that is what row 20 looks like. Work those off. We'll be back for row 21 next. Okay, so row 21, again, we'll start out with 5. We will purl the next 4. So there's 3, 4, 5. And then we need 6 of the grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need 4 of the lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm pulling in another grape here. We need only 1 here, 1 grape. And then we need 7 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need 1 grape. And 4 lavender. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm pulling in another grape. So I have 4 balls. I have 4 balls of each color. but for this pattern, I think you only need 3 of the dark and 4 of the grape and 3 of the lavender, it looks like, for right now. So we need 6 on this side of the lavender. 3, 4, 5, 6. Not lavender, but grape. So we have the 4 or 6 grape. Now we need 5 of the dark purple. So we're going to purl the next 4. 2, 3, 4, and then the 6th one is our end stitch. Alright, so that is what row 21 looks like. Work those off and we'll be back for row 22 next. Okay, so row 22, we're going to start out with 4 with the dark purple. So we're going to purl the next 3. There's 3 and 4. Then we need 7 of these grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need 4 lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 grape. If I can find it, there it is. So there's 1 and 2, and then 5 lavender. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 grape. 1, 2, and then 4 lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we need 7 grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we need 4 of our dark purple at the end here. So let's purl the next 3. So there's 2, 3, and our 4th one is the end stitch. Alright, so this is what row 22 looks like. Work those off and we'll be back for row 23 next. Okay, so row 23, we are starting out with 4 again here. So we're going to purl the next 3 to make our 4. Alright, and now we need 7 of the grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we need 4 lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 grape. 1, 2, 3, 3 lavender. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 grape. 1, 2, 3, 4 lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 grape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we need the 4 dark. So we're going to purl the next 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one is the end stitch. Alright, so this is what row 23 looks like. Work those off and we'll be back for row 24 next. So 24, we're starting out again with 4. So we need to purl the next 3 in our dark purple. And then we need 7 of the grape. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 4 of our lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 grape. 2 lavender. 1, 2, and then 3 grape. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 lavender. 1, 2, 1 grape, and then 4 lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 7 grape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we need 4 at the end here, so we're going to purl the next 3 of our dark purple, and then the 4th one is the end stitch. Okay, so that is what row 24 looks like. We'll work those off and we'll be back for row 28 next, 25 next. Alright, so 25, again we're starting out with the 4 dark purples, so let's purl the next 3 to make our 4. And now we need 8 grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we need 2 lavender. 1, 2, 1 grape, and then 4 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 grape and 4 lavender. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 grape, 2 lavender, then 8 grape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we need 4 of these dark purple. So let's pearl the next 3. And then the last one is our end stitch. Like that. Okay, so that is row 25. And work those off. We'll be back for row 26 next. Okay, so the next row is 26, but 27 and 28 is a repeat of row 26. So what we're going to start out with is 4 again. So we need to purl the next 3. All right, and now we need 11 of these grape. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we need 4 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 grape. And 4 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then we need 11 grape, but this grape we need, but these 2 we don't. So we're going to cut them off. This lavender and this grape over here, we don't need them. So let's cut those off. And we're going to put 11 grape next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we have pearl the next 3 in the dark purple. We need a total of 4, and our 4th one is that end stitch. So this is what 26, 27, and 28 should look like. Work those off and work 2 more rows of this, and we'll be back for row 29 next. Okay, so row 29, we're going to finish up this paw print. We're going to start out with 4. We need to purl the next 3. So that we'll have our 4 loops of our dark purple on our hook. Alright, and now we need 12 of these this grape. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we need 2 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3 grape. 1, 2, 3, 2 lavender. 1, 2, and then 12 grape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, and then we need 4 dark purple at the end here. So let's purl the next 3. 2, 3, and then 4. Alright, so this is what row 29 looks like. Work those off and we'll be back for row 30 next. Alright, so there's 29 rows and our little paw print is done. Isn't that beautiful? Alright, so we're going to keep this dark purple on each end. We got to keep that one. We're going to keep this grape, but we're going to cut off all these in the middle. So we've got 2 lavender and 2 grape that we're cutting off. Alright, so row 30 then. We are starting out with 5, so we need to purl the next 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, which makes 4. The 5th one we're going to knit into this grape. Alright, and then we need 29. So 30 and 31 are the exact same as well. So we need 29 grape. So well, I'm having a heck of a time getting that in there. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. Then we need 5 of the dark purple at this end. So we're going to knit the first one and then purl the next 3. And then the 5th one is the end stitch. So this is what row 30 looks like. Work those off and then work it one more time. And then we'll be back for row 32 next. Okay, so row 32. We are going to start out with 6. So we need to purl the next 4. And that will make us 5. There's 4, 5, and then we're going to knit into that grape on the 6th one. Then we need 12 grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we're going to bring in another dark color, and we're going to put 3 in the dark purples next. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we need another grape. And we probably could have kept that grape, I guess. But that's all right. All right, so there's 1. So we need 12 grape. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we need 6 dark purple. So we're going to knit the first one into that grape, that last grape there. And then we're going to purl the next 4. And that'll make us 5. And then the 6th one is the end stitch. Okay, so that is what row 32 looks like. Work those off. We'll be back for row 33 next. Okay, we just need 2 more rows to finish up our heart. We are going to start with 33. We need 7 of these dark purples, so we're going to purl the next 5. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th one is knitted into that grape. Now we need 10 grape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 5 dark purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 grape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we need 7 of the dark purple. So we're going to knit the first one into that grape, and then we're going to purl the next 5. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th one is at the end stitch there. Alright, so this is what row 33 looks like. Work those off and we'll be back for row 34 next. Okay, the last row of the heart, number 34, we're going to start out with 8, so we need to purl the next 6 of this dark purple. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to knit the 8th one into that grape, that first grape there. Now we need 8 grape. We're knitting. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now we need 7 dark purple. We're going to knit the first one, purl the next 5, and there's 5, 6, and then we're going to knit the next one into that grape. And now we need to knit the next 8 grape. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we are going to knit the first dark purple into that grape, and then we're going to purl the next 6. So then we'll have 7. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 8th one is the end stitch. So you should have 8 at the end there as well. Alright, so this is what row 34 looks like. Just work those off and we'll be back for row 35 next. Okay, so we finished our heart in row 34, and look how beautiful that is. That is so beautiful. So we are going to get ready for 35, and 35 we are cutting off. We got to cut off these other all but all the colors but the one at the beginning. So we only need the one color now. Since our heart is finished. Alright, so what we're going to do now on row 35 is we are doing 39 stitches, but we're kind of doing them a little bit different. We're going to start out doing pearls. So we need 7 pearls, and that'll make 8. So at this point you should have 8 pearls of that dark purple. Alright, so now we need 8 knits. So because we're knitting inside of this lavender, or this grape. Now remember that from past, if you purl into those grapes, it doesn't look right, and that's the reason why we don't do it. It gives it a nice clean finish when you do the knit stitch into those when you're changing colors. Alright, then when you get to the next 7, we are going to purl those of the dark, because we're going dark on dark. So anytime that you're doing the same color, you will purl. And then when you get to the next 8 grapes, you're going to knit those. Alright, and now when you get to the dark purple, then you're going to purl those all the way across until, which is the last 7. And then your last stitch, of course, is going to be your end stitch. So you should have 39 stitches on your hook or loops when you're done. Alright, and that is what it looks like. Now you'll work those off, and then you're going to work 3 more rows of is it 3 more? Yes. 1, 2, 4 more rows. So that way you'll have 39 rows. So you're going to work these off, and then you're going to work 4 more rows of just purling across, okay, with the same color. So you will purl all of those. And then we will be back to do the border on this. And I will see you then. Okay, so I have 39 rows. And I tied down all my ends. And because it's the inside, I just tie the ends together into knots and cut them off. So nobody can see that. Alright, so those are all tied down, and now we're going to do the border. And then I switched back over to this purple, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into the stitch like you're knitting, and we're going to do a double or half double crochet in those, and that is how we're binding this off today. So we're just going into each stitch like we're knitting with half double crochet. So we need to wrap your hook, go in, come out, go through 3. we're going to go across there, 39 stitches, well 38 actually, or is it 37? Might be 37. Yeah. Alright, so there's the last one, bound it off. Now when we go through the end stitch right here, those two stitches here, you're going to take and put 3 half double crochets into that stitch. And that is our corner, so we'll be turning the corner that way. And then you're just going to go down the side, just putting a half double crochet in each side stitch, and then making sure when you get to the corner, the next corner, and all the other 3 corners, that you're going to put 3 half double crochets in those corners. Alright, we're going to do that, and then we'll be back for round 2 of this border. Alright, so I changed to the lavender, and this row we're going to be working in the 3rd loop. So it is the loop behind these two, the front, the back, and the 3rd loop is in the back of these half double crochets. So we're going to just work in the 3rd loop. That brings the front and the back loops to the front and causes this little thing that I've been doing this for a long time. So those of you that know me know that I love this. So all we're doing is half double crocheting in each stitch. Around, and then in the corners you're going to put 3 half double crochets in the 3rd loop of that corner, which is the middle of the 3, because you've got 3 half double crochets in each corner. You're going to go to the middle one and you're going to put 3 half double crochets in that middle one, but you're going to we're using these 3rd loops all the way around. Alright, so go all the way around with that in round 2, and we'll be back for round 3 next. Okay, so in the last row again, we are doing the 3rd loop again, and we are going to do the same thing as we did the last row. So we're just going to half double crochet in all the stitches and do your 3 half double crochets in the corners, but we're using 3rd loop again. And then this will be the final row of the border, and then it'll be done. So watch for the second video of this purse so we can finish up the purse. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.